In the later part of VTV News today, Ha Long Bay is now one of the provisional new 7 wonders of the world. And then Game 7554 expected to spark new interest in history among Vietnamese students. Video games seem to often receive an antipathetic look among educators. Several experts, however, affirm that these games might make positive contributions to a student's academic upbringing. In today's Culture Watch, let's take a look at Game 7554, a video game project aimed at raising students' understanding about the appreciation for Vietnamese history.
A busy period for the technicians here at Emobi Games Company. Game 7554, a role-playing action game with themes on Vietnamese history, is to be launched on November 26th. The players will take on the role of Vietnamese soldiers fighting for national liberation during the French colonization period of 1946 and 1954. In addition to its smashing graphics, the game designers have also sought to be as faithful as possible to actual historical events. When we look at the video games from international countries, we can see that they might be used as a powerful tool to educate youngsters on history. Like, if you have a game on World War II, you might actually learn about D-Day in Normandy. So why shouldn't we apply the same principles to Vietnamese history and teach our students on our historical victories? Tuấn Huy states that he drew his inspiration for Game 7554 from foreign video games on Vietnam, in which historical events and viewpoints are more often than not distorted and biased. Emobi's products, thus, aims at becoming an effective educational supplementary tool to give Vietnamese youngsters an appreciative point of view on the nation's past events. Game 7554 also demonstrates advances in game engineering from Vietnamese software companies. There are several phases to fulfill in designing a successful video game product. You need catchy visuals and attractive storylines. Sound effects and potentials for gaming strategies are also not to be overlooked. The project started off with the goal of recreating the Điện Biên Phủ victory. We have expanded the scope to include other resounding victory in our national history as well. Game 7554 is launched at a period when student parents have unanimously voiced concern on their children's lack of enthusiasm for the history school subject. Much anticipation is heaped towards the game in the hope of creating a dual product that helps students to both get entertained and to gain an objective, full-rounded view of Vietnamese history. You might learn about Vietnamese history on film through books. Games will make quite a lovely addition to this list. It would be quite effective to have Vietnamese youth gain an entertaining and absorbing method to discover Vietnamese culture and history. Using video games in history education is actually not that new an idea. Dozens of years ago, when IT was still new in Vietnam, I had a talk with General Võ Nguyên Giáp. He expressed his wish to see gaming used as a tool to spread awareness and appreciation of Vietnamese history among the students. I believe Game 7554 will go nicely in line with the General's wish.
Trò chơi game vào trong những nội dung lịch sử thì nó sẽ phát huy được cái hiệu ứng rất là tích cực của nó.
Video games have been the calling card for several IT industries in powerful nations such as Japan, the ROK, China, or the United States. Investment in gaming in these nations not only serves economical purposes, but also aims at reviving interest in cultural and historical fields. Historical video games made by Vietnamese people are seen as the country's first steps to utilize gaming to boost historical education.